This title both is and isn't clickbait, so let's do this. Hi everyone, welcome back. I am Emily, and it is finally Camp Nano. The last time I uploaded a video was NaNoWriMo. Nothing like unachievable goals to just get you back into filming. I know that Camp NaNoWriMo is usually the time when people start projects usually, or at least work on one project because it's supposed to be one project, that's how it works, but we're gonna ignore that because I don't finish things. Since I am in the complete and terrible habit of starting a lot of projects and never finishing them, I am going to, instead of start a new project for Camp Nano like my brain wants to, I'm going to be a responsible human being. I'm going to be a responsible human being and not start a new project. Instead, I'm just going to work on 5 different projects at once and somehow mash that together into a goal for Camp Nano because Rebel? Some of these projects you guys will know about, you have heard about them, you're gonna be like, yeah, Emily, yeah, you really need to get on that. And some of them are things that I have started between November and now, when last you saw me. So I've got 5 different projects listed down here that I need to work on, and what I'm estimating, like the lower end of the word count would be and the upper end of the word count would be. So I'll just add all the lower word counts together and that will be my baseline goal for Camp Nano. This could not go wrong. First project I need to work on is the rewrite of Project Fae. I have sort of put this on a hold the last couple months. Not really, but also yes. I've worked on it off and on, but not with as much dedication as I worked on the first draft, so I need to concentrate on getting Project Fae to a decent draft. Y'all know about Project Fae. I don't really need to tell you. There's a gazillion videos on this channel where I talk about it. It's my fairy novel. I would like to work on rewriting a minimum of 10k for Camp Nano for this project. I would like 20k because rewriting is a little bit easier than drafting because you've got the other draft to look at. Second project is Project Viking. Yeah, I still haven't finished the outline for this thing. There's a gap missing. This is the Viking YA duology and I kind of got stuck at the outline phase for the beginning of book 2. Like, I basically know book 1 and I basically know the ending of book 2, but like there's a section. So I absolutely need to nail down the outline for this. I need to do character spreadsheets and motivations and character arcs and descriptions, and I need to work up a little bit of a series Bible because I'm doing a lot of Norse mythology research and I need to keep track in my brain. Expecting myself to remember characters and world building just all in my head when I'm working on other projects is not feasible, so need to write a lot of this down. And I also need to do a rough outline of book 1 and book 2. I'm not thinking like chapter by chapter outline yet, although if I get inspired and do that, great. These all sound so lofty. These goals sound so lofty, and so yeah, I'm estimating like 3,000 to 5,000 words in outlining. That includes the character mapping and arcs and world building and stuff, because I tend to blather on a lot when I brainstorm, and 3 to 5k seems like a lot for an outline, but it's probably actually not. The third thing is working on In Dying Starlight. If you guys have been around on the channel for a while, you've probably heard me talking about this novella. The first one is called In Dying Starlight. There's going to be some sequel novellas to it, and I'm thinking like 4 or 5. It's kind of a sci-fi, cyborg, space opera, fun type of story. It's definitely very Star Wars and Guardians of the Galaxy inspired. It's just fun. I have the first novella written. I need to make sure that the plot for that one is actually what it's supposed to be, and also figure out how many more novellas I'm going to write in the series and outline the rest of them. I'm thinking 4 or 5. So the goal for that next month is to get the rough outline for each novella. I've already done a lot of the world building and like character mapping and everything. I'm putting 3 to 5k as the goal for this because there's 4 or 5 novellas. This is not going to be as in-depth of outlining as Project Viking, probably. First of all, because they're shorter, and second of all, because I already basically know where I'm going with it. Basically, I wrote this first novella like 2 years ago now. I wrote it while I was in university. Oh, by the way, I graduated. Yay. I wrote the first novella 2 years ago, and it's actually not half bad. I reread it in like September or something. It's not half bad. I just really need to buckle down and outline the rest of them. Okay, goal number 4 is something none of y'all have heard about. It's a very recent development as of January of this year. I have started working on a little series of chapter books. If anyone doesn't know what chapter books are, they're not just any book that has chapters in them. Chapter books are sort of the stepping stone reading category between picture books and middle grade. Chapter books are usually like 5,000 to 15,000 words each. There's usually lower end chapter books. They're sometimes called early readers, and that's like Erie Elementary or The Magic Tree House. They're just these tiny little books with hardly any plot, and they're just sort of little adventure things that are really easy to read and have big type in them, and they usually have black and white illustrations on the inside. The upper end of chapter books is like the Spiderwick Chronicles. That's the more well-known one. I'm going for like the early readers, little tiny short ones. I thought that would be really fun to do, really fun to self-publish. And in January, I wrote like 2 of them, I think. And then in February, 1 of them. Maybe I wrote all 3 in January. I don't know. I'm thinking it might be about a 10-book series because chapter books really thrive on longer series. And you go, oh, a 10-book series. But yeah, they're only 5,000 words a piece, 5,000 or 6,000 words. I wrote 3 of them really quickly and then burnt out a little bit on them, and I was going back to my adult stuff because there's no angsty navel gazing in chapter books. There just really isn't. And angsty navel gazing is just my entire basis for writing. So that's going to be about 10,000 to 12,000 words in total because they're usually about 5,000 to 6,000 words a piece, and I want to work on books 4 and 5, and theoretically, I could write that in 2 days. I think I wrote the first chapter book in 3 days, and that's just because I was not paying attention. Even if I just did 1 chapter book, that would be great, but 2 is sort of the upper goal here. And finally, this is what it's like when you film for the first time in 4 months. The 5th goal is something you guys haven't heard about either, as far as I know, because it's a recent development. I would like to work on a picture book. I've been dying to illustrate a picture book, and so since I am a writer and an illustrator, I should probably write the story. That would be smart. I have a couple little ideas for picture books, but I want to pick one and get on top of it. This is not really a word count goal. I mean, I'm estimating about 500 words because that's about how big picture books are. It's more about I need to get the story done because once I get the story done, I can have it edited and then I can actually start on the illustrations. And I want to do that, and I've just been procrastinating on it for no good reason whatsoever. Get the picture book done. Emily, you guys hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. So yeah, that's about a 500 word goal. I'm gonna round it up to 1,000 just for the sake of the whole word count goal, but it's about 500 words. So those are my 5 projects for April, Camp Nano 2021. It's 2021. Project Faye, Project Viking, In Dying Starlight, some chapter books, and my picture book. I need to buckle down and get to the next step on all of these projects. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to put my camp goal on the Camp NaNoWriMo website. I'm going to put it at the lowest word count, and I think in the little description I'll just list off these things that I mentioned. And so the lowest end of the goal for each of these added up is about 27,000 words, which is not that bad. That's lower, much lower than my Milwordy goal for the month, which I have not been reaching very well. We'll see how it goes when I'm stretching my brain in 5 different directions within the span of a month. This could either be a really good idea or a really bad idea. So minimum goal is 27,000. If I get to the upper end of the goal, it would be about 43,000 words, which is a lot. So those are my Camp NaNoWriMo projects. I would love to hear what you guys are doing for Camp Nano. I missed uploading videos, you guys. I got really creatively burnt out, not really with writing, but just with everything else because it was right near the end of the quarter and I was about to graduate and I was just stressing myself out about a lot of other things, and the channel suffered the most, obviously. But I missed you guys, and I missed the writing community and the fun just feeling of we're all in this crazy madness together. So I want to hear about your projects. Tell me about your projects. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like, my short story collection is available. It's kind of awesome, if I do say so myself, in my ever so humble, totally unbiased opinion. I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and ding that little notification bell, because it really helps out my channel, and I'm gonna need a little bit of help with the YouTube algorithm right now. It doesn't like it when you take a break. I will see you guys all in the next videos and in all the crazy Camp NaNoWriMo vlogs to come. See ya!